Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be talking about this Nilight recovery rope. This is a kinetic strap, so I'm going to kind of explain that to you a little bit. I'm going to show you all the dimensions, the features, how much it weighs. I'm going to show you the bag that it comes in, take it out, and kind of show you everything to do with this rope. So if you are looking for recovery options, if you're not familiar with kinetic straps specifically, I'm going to touch on that a little bit in this video and explain the difference between them and normal recovery straps. So again, for a pretty budget priced option, this might be a good option for you at under $100. So let's get into the Nilight 1 inch by 30 foot kinetic recovery strap.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so as I mentioned in the intro today, I'm talking about this Nilight kinetic strap. First of all, as you can see, it comes in this really nice bright orange bag, which most of my recovery stuff for some reason has always come in black bags. And I do like black bags. I like most of my gear is black, my coat is black, right? So I am a fan of black, don't get me wrong, but with recovery gear especially, sometimes I look in my drawers and everything in my drawer is black. So I actually was really kind of surprised when I opened this up and I'm like, whoa, it's bright orange. But I actually really like it because it makes finding your recovery gear easy, right? So that's kind of a nice little touch that they've got. Also, before we open it up, looking in the bag here, they have mesh ends on the bag, which I haven't seen that before. I have another recovery strap, normal, non-kinetic recovery strap, and it just came in a sort of bag just like this, but not with the mesh ends. So I really like that it has those because then if you get mud on it or water or anything, it can drain out. You can set this on your tailgate of your truck or your SUV, set it on a table or off to the side, when you're at camp one night after you've used it and it's gotten filthy or wet, and you can kind of let it dry out. So I do appreciate that. I think that's pretty cool that they put that thought into it. So then here on the top, you can see that it's got this little Velcro strap. This reminds me a lot of my Helinox stuff, in that it's got the double zippers with the little strap on it to make it easier to open. And then it's got that piece of Velcro there just to kind of hold it. So when you're closing it, you can just Velcro it there, pull your zippers, and you're good to go. So, but then when we open it up here, this thing is really beefy, right? Like this is a full solid 1 inch, synthetic line. So this thing is super sturdily made. It's made to withstand up to 33,000 pounds as its braking strength. So just so you know, I would use this with typical light trucks and things. That's what I'm going to use it for, is my Frontier, and I have buddies with Tacomas and Jeep Gladiators. That'll pretty much be as big as I get. I don't really pull full sizes out a ton or have a ton of buddies with full size trucks. So this should be plenty for just normal wheeling and stuff like that. Now on the ends here, of course, you've got these sort of abrasion proof sleeves or abrasion resistant sleeves. This is just to keep it from, getting dirty and then sliding back and forth, because this is the contact point for the kinetic strap. So, you don't want to fray that, because then you might have a failure of the rope. The nice thing about a kinetic strap versus a traditional one, though, is with a traditional recovery strap, it's not intended to stretch or really move at all. It's just when you give it the gas and then you hit it and you pull that other vehicle, it transfers all that energy immediately to the other vehicle, and it's a really big jolt. It can also be dangerous. I've had a strap break on me before in that situation where I'm pulling somebody out and they were really stuck, and you could just feel that strap go zip and just kind of flay apart, and then it's shot back at them. Now, we were using soft shackles, which I would highly recommend, and I'll put a link in the description down below too. Nilight has some soft shackles too, but the soft shackles, of course, were very nice, because then nothing happened. It just, all the tension came out of the rope and it fell on the ground. The same with these kinetic ropes, right? So they're soft with these nice big ends with these abrasion proof sleeves on them. It's really easy to get a soft shackle through here. I mean, the hole is really, really large. So putting a soft shackle through there is really a piece of cake, and probably the safest way to do that. So again, just having something like this that is going to allow you to, instead of, when, like with a traditional rope, when you pull, all that tension just hits all at once. What happens with a kinetic strap is, as my vehicle, let's say, pulls away from the vehicle that I'm pulling out, all that energy goes into the strap, but then the strap, like a big rubber band, allows it to stretch, and then it slowly applies that energy to the other vehicle. So again, instead of yanking you out, instead of pulling you out just all of a sudden, this thing is going to kind of gradually, slowly yank you out, right? It's a much smoother experience. It's easier on the vehicles. It's easier on your recovery points. It's easier on your whole recovery system. So I definitely favor these kinetic straps over the traditional flat straps. So again, this is 30 feet long. It weighs about 9 pounds. So just FYI, that is the weight of it, about 9 pounds. this is something that I would recommend kind of keeping in your vehicle at all times, because you never know. Like right now, I'm out camping. It's winter. It's not supposed to snow right now, but it could snow. It was kind of snowing on my way down here. So what if I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm on my way out of here and I come across a vehicle off the road or something, right? And I want to help them. I want to try and recover them. Having this strap on me, if I didn't have it, obviously, then I'm stuck. If I get stuck and somebody comes along, they may not have recovery gear to pull me out either. So I keep this in my drawer system in the back of my truck just so that I always have it. But again, this is just a nice little budget option. And from a company like Nilight, who I've heard of, I've used their lights before, I've used some of their other recovery gear. It's a good, solid name brand with some decent stuff for a really budget price. It kind of reminds me of like a Vivo or something like that, but for recovery stuff and lights, right? So I've run a lot of Nilight stuff and I've been really happy with it. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. So that will do it for the Kinetic 1-inch by 30-foot Kinetic Rope. I hope that was helpful for you. Again, I will put a link in the description down below if you're looking for some budget gear. I know, and I'm just going to dive briefly into this, that people say, you know, don't buy cheap recovery gear. And to a point, they're right? Like, I don't want to ever say you should definitely go out and buy the cheapest recovery gear, right? There are a lot of no-name brands on the internet, on Amazon, that you've never heard of before, and they may be made in the same factories as the name brand stuff, but in a lot of cases, there's less quality control. They're made of lesser materials and things. Again, Nilight, while still being a budget-minded brand, does have a good reputation and does have a lot of good reviews, and I've used a lot of their stuff too. So for a budget-minded piece of recovery gear, I'm okay with this. Again, if you can afford the Factor 55 stuff, if you can afford the big-name brand stuff, of course, you should get that stuff. Recovery is super important. I, again, live in the Midwest. I honestly have not had to do a ton of recoveries. Probably in the last 5 years, I've maybe done 30 or 40. So it's not like I've never done any, right? Like I do quite a few, mostly in the winter and stuff. And it's mostly me pulling out other people that have done dumb stuff because I'm pretty cautious. But you want to have that gear when you need it, right? And if you can't afford the big name brand stuff, I personally, my opinion is that if you can at least get the cheaper stuff, it's better to have a cheaper piece of recovery gear than no recovery gear, right? And again, I wouldn't say go out and buy 14 different pieces of cheap recovery gear and be all kitted out. Maybe buy like 2 or 3 pieces of really good name brand gear if you can. But if you just need some soft shackles and a kinetic rope, let's say, the Nilight stuff is really nice and works great. So again, I think it's a good option for people that are looking to save a little bit of money, maybe don't use it all that often, and are just looking for something to have in their vehicle in case they need it. Definitely check out the Nilight stuff. So again, links in the description down below to that. I'll put some soft shackles down there. I'll put some hard shackles down there. I'll put all kinds of different things. But so again, I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, click that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button. Click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. I do a couple every week. So there is tons of stuff for newbie overlanders here. I do some stuff on Nissans. I'm a big Nissan person. I do a lot of gear type videos, review type videos, all that kind of stuff. So if you're into anything to do with the outdoors, camping, overlanding, dispersed camping, hiking, I've got a lot of videos and content here for you about that. So hope you subscribe. Also below this video is a join button, and that's just kind of a passive way to support the channel that also gets you early access to the videos. So if you're enjoying the content, you want to get it before anybody else, that's a good way to do it while also supporting the channel. If you want a more involved, active way to interact with all things overlanding and myself, then click on the Patreon link down in the description below. We've got a 24/7 Discord where we all kind of chat about our rigs and our gear and stuff. People ask questions. We do a once-a-month Zoom call, and we're trying to get together once or twice a year to camp out and drink a beer around a fire. And then last but not least, there is a link to the Facebook group called Newbie Overlanders that I run. This is an awesome group. We've got over 20,000 members now. And unlike the big groups, it is a no bullying zone, right? Like we're there to help each other. We're not there to be jerks to each other or belittle each other. So if you want to come in and help with newer folks, or if you are a newer person and you're looking for some tips and a place to ask questions where you're not going to get beat up, that may be a good place for you, and we'd love to have you. But again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a good one, and we'll see you later.